Hi there, in this video, I'm gonna teach you the various types of angels and their assignment. In my previous videos concerning the angelic realm, I spoke about the functions of angels and also the general nature of angels. Now, the first category of angels are what we call the archangels. These are chief or senior angels that rule over other angels. And when you check across the Bible, there are some that were really pointed out as archangels, and one of them is Angel Michael. So when you read Jude 1:9, the Bible says that, "Yet Michael the archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses, durst not bring against him a railing accusation, but said, The Lord rebuke thee." So in the Bible, theologically, there are three angels that were pointed as archangels. But to me, I believe there are more than that. And that is Gabriel, Lucifer, who was then an archangel, and Michael, which I've already spoken of. Number two is what we refer to as the cherubim. Now, these are angels with four wings, which is a sign of strength and proper balance. So this category of angels are very strong and are properly balanced because of their four wings. Remember, the number 4 is the number of balance. So an angel happens to have four wings tells you that they are properly balanced and very strong. They are very powerful creatures. Lucifer, who now is the devil, was part of this group and another group. Lucifer had two sections. He was a cherubim as well as a star of heaven, which is another category of angels. We will soon get there. These type of angels, they guide God's presence from any infiltration. One thing I will want you to understand is that Satan was a warrior angel, and this group are for war. You know, there is the school of the thought that Lucifer was a worship angel. The truth is, if you are talking about the worshiping kind of angels, you should be talking about the seraphim and not the cherubims. The seraphims are those who based more in worship, but the cherubims, they stand as guards. So if you read in Genesis, the angel that was placed to prevent Adam from accessing the garden or the tree of life was a cherubim. And when you read Ezekiel chapter 28 verses 14, the Bible referred to Lucifer as a cherubim, not a seraphim. Cherubims are made to guide God's presence and God's property, anything that belongs to God. These are the kind of angels that were sent to do that. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. Number 3 category of angels is the seraphims, which already I've given you a clue about them. These are the worship angels that fly around the throne of God and proclaiming his holiness. These are 6-winged creatures, and they also represent purity, and better still, you can say they are angels of purity and holiness. Okay, so in Isaiah chapter 6 verses 1 to 3, the Bible says that before King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Above it stood the seraphims. Each one had 6 wings. With 2 he covered his face, and with 2 he covered his feet, and with 2 he did fly. And one cried unto another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts, and the whole earth is full of his glory. So the seraphims are purposely made or created to offer worship in the spiritual realms, okay? But the cherubims are made for guide. They guide the things of God. Even now as I'm talking to you, your guardian angel is a cherubim. Number 4 category of angels is the 4 living creatures with 4 wings. There is the 4 living creatures with 4 wings. In Ezekiel chapter 1 verses 5 to 6, the Bible says that, and out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man, and every one had 4 faces, and every one of them had 4 wings. So there is the 4 living creatures with 4 wings, and there is the 4 living creatures with 6 wings. That brings us to the next category of angels, the 4 living creatures with 6 wings. These are special type of seraphims, and among the numerous angels in heaven, these ones are only 4 in number. That is why they are called the 4 living creatures. It is a definite number, okay? In Revelation chapter 4 verses 6 to 9. Number 6 category of angels are what the Bible refers to them as the sons of God. These are the angels that have the complete form of men. These are the type of angels that look like you and I, okay? Yes. They don't have wings. They are like men and live with us. They were the second angelic group that some fell for lust and sin, aside Lucifer and his angels. Those among them that did that in Genesis are in everlasting chains of condemnation. Jude 1:6. What you need to know is that this is the group that looks like us. You remember when Daniel and his friends were kept in the furnace, there was the 4th man who was the Son of God, or was referred to as the Son of God. These are type of angels that looks like human beings, okay? And as I am talking to you by now, they may be watching this video together with you. Acts chapter 8 verses 26 to 28. The Bible says that, "And the angel of the Lord spake unto Philip, saying, Arise and go towards the south, unto the way that goeth down from Jerusalem unto Gaza, which is desert. And he arose and went, and behold, a man of Ethiopia, an eunuch of great authority under Candace, queen of Ethiopia, who had the charge of all her treasures, and had come to Jerusalem to worship." What kind of angel appeared to Philip? That was the Son of God. Yes. And this same Son of God are the group that God gathered in Job chapter 1, where Satan was among. Because this type of angel, they move and live with us. And what they do is to ensure that they give accounts on every activity that goes on this earth. So when God summoned them, Lucifer also joined. Number 7 category of angels is the stars of God. This is the group that Satan deceived. Don't think Satan deceived 1/3 of the entire heaven's angels. He succeeded to deceive only 1/3 of the stars of God. You see that? Now, Satan has 2 qualities. He had the quality of a cherubim and the quality of the stars of heaven. So the stars of heaven, these ones are singing angels. They broadcast every good news that is coming to the earth, or anytime God has something new to do. These are the angels that sings about them. In Luke chapter 2 verses 8 to 10, the Bible says that, "And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping water over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone around about them." That thing, all the angel of the Lord came around, what you need to know was the star. That thing that says they saw a star and the star was moving, that was not natural. That was a spiritual star, because Aaron could not see that star, but these shepherds saw the star and they kept following. That is what makes it spiritual. And that star stood for a type of angel in the angelic world. To confirm that or buttress that is Job chapter 38 verse 7. The Bible said, "When the morning stars sang together with all the sons of God shouted for joy." So in Job said the stars sang, which means this category of angels called the stars sang, and those angels that are walking with us as the sons of God shouted for joy because something new is coming. Lucifer was a ranked angel with the qualities of a guardian cherub and a morning star. So the term Lucifer itself explains this, the morning star. In Judges 5:20, the Bible talks about they fought from heaven, the stars in their courses fought against Sisera. Which stars fought against Sisera? Angels. That is the group of angels. The section of angels fought against Sisera in the days of Deborah. This was the same angels Lucifer wanted to be above. You know, there is that theological mindset that Lucifer wanted to dethrone God. No, that is not the concept here. That is not what the Bible teaches. Lucifer wanted to be like God. So when you read Isaiah chapter 14 verses 12 to 13, the Bible said, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations?" Let me proceed further. He said, "I will exalt my throne above the stars of God." So Lucifer's intention was to live above this category of angels. So when you read in Revelation, the Bible said he was able to deceive 1/3 of this group of angels and not the entire angelic host. Number 8, we have what we call the watchers. These are angels that watches over the earth. They serve as watchmen. In Daniel chapter 4 verses 13, "I saw in a vision of my head upon my bed, and behold, a watcher come down from heaven." Number 9 category is the type of angel called the holy ones. These are angels that represent holiness. They work alongside with the seraphims. They represent purity, righteousness. In Daniel chapter 4 verses 13 reveals that. Now, understand that every organization Satan has, he robbed it from God. So this brings us to the 10th category of angels called the principalities. These are set of angels that God raised to be princes of localities, territories, and communities. Example is Michael, who is a prince in charge of Israel. You see that? So when you read Daniel chapter 10 verses 13, the Bible says, "But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days. But lo, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, and I remained there with the kings of Persia." What you also need to know is that Satan also has his princes, and one of them is Beelzebub, another is Apollyon, and another is Abaddon and Belial. All these are satanic princes. So when you read Luke chapter 11 verses 15, the Bible says, "But some of them said, he cast out demons by Beelzebub, the prince of demons." Number 11 categories of angels are called powers. These are the set of angels that minister power to us in the course of preaching the gospel. Have you ever seen healing happening? These are the set of angels that does it. They are called powers. You see that? Number 12 category of angels are what we call the rulers of light of this world. These are angels that ensure that light is everywhere. The light of the gospel goes far. They are angels in charge of revelation. So no wonder Satan always wants to disguise himself as this type of angels so that he can bring in false doctrine, false revelation in the kingdom in order to deceive. The 13th category of angels is the angels that are called spiritual goodness in higher places. This ensures that God's goodness fills the earth. The glory of God fills the earth. This is their work. The 14th category of angels are what we refer to as the dominion type of angels. These are governmental angels. They exercise dominion through government, politics, and world power. Okay? Yes. So when you read Ephesians chapter 1 verses 21, the Bible said, "Far above all principalities, powers, thrones, dominions, etc."